Busy days ahead for Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson as Insider predicts 100 NBA stars to lace up WNBA players' sneakers. A casual conversation among sneaker insiders has sparked the hype. Imagine the world's top NBA stars lacing up sneakers designed by WNBA players like Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson. The prediction by an industry insider seemed audacious, yet it underscored a growing movement. Women's basketball is stepping into the limelight, and its players are now crafting the shoes that will shape its future. Two WNBA Trailblazers, CC and A'ja, are on pace to enter the history books in 2025. According to experts, their signature sneakers, developed with Nike, will receive global attention. Depaula, Boardroom insider, envisions Caitlin Clark and Wilson going on an international tour to popularize their signature sneakers on courts and streets around the world. Depaula even predicts to also be as many as 100 total players across the NBA lacing up a woman's namesake sneaker in the upcoming 2025-26 season. While the women's sneaker market is already flourishing, this would be another leap forward fueled by the recent success of Sabrina Ionescu's Nike Sabrina 1. In an industry long dominated by men, this cultural shift is, interestingly, a broader recognition of female athletes. Women's performance sneakers, which have previously struggled to gain a foothold in the market, are now carving a space for themselves. This momentum could be the moment where Clark and Wilson, in the grand scheme of things, could really write the narrative the way they want and not let anybody tell them otherwise. Both players are expected to launch their own lines, joining a prestigious group of female athletes like Sabrina Ionescu and Breanna Stewart. A global tour will definitely give them the exposure they need to meet their fans and cement their brand presence. Retailers are reporting higher sales of women's basketball sneakers, a trend that analysts believe will accelerate. 22 hours after boosting boyfriend Connor McCaffrey's run, Caitlin Clark's lucky charm now vouches for Indiana debutantes. Various reasons are fueling the rise in demand for women's basketball sneakers. One facet of that is the increased exposure of women's college basketball and the WNBA. Players like Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson also account for the record viewership and attendance. It's natural that this attention will have generated interest in merchandise related to these athletes, most especially performance sneakers linked to these athletes. Another factor fueling the trend is the fusion of style and functionality. Women's basketball sneakers are no longer confined to performance on the court. With their slick designs and cutting-edge features, they're becoming fashion staples. In response, brands are producing sneakers that are perfect in both of these areas. Further, greater involvement of women in basketball, from amateur leagues to the professional level, has made quality, performance-minded footwear more crucial than ever. In addition, female athletes are collaborating with major brands. The prime example is, again, Nike Sabrina 1, which achieved a 200% sales increase in 2024. Consumer excitement, however, continues to build with Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson's expected releases. Caitlin Clark's reach continues to grow further thanks to her historic $28 million Nike endorsement deal. The deal covers 8 years, with her own signature shoe included, making her one of the only active WNBA players to make this kind of distinction. Clark is part of Nike's strategy to grow its presence in the women's sports market, where it makes up around 22% of sales. Her NIL, name, image, and likeness, deal with Nike during her time in Iowa laid the foundation for her current contract. Competitive offers from other brands highlighted the high stakes of securing her signature, such as Under Armour and Adidas. Clark's deal is a watershed moment for women's sports endorsements. Not only does it cement her star status, but it implies that female athletes are finally being seen differently by brands. With her rookie WNBA salary estimated to be $76,000, endorsements like this matter for helping to close the financial gap for female athletes. This growing inclusivity isn't just about representation in sports, it also makes young athletes dream big. Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson's sneakers are expected to succeed and encourage a new generation of players as they break barriers.